First off, I want to thank y'all guys for coming out today. I really appreciate seeing everybody, especially seeing so many people for during a time like this. It's glad to know that all of y'all just came out today and support us here. To start with, my name is Noelle Hamberis, and I am a junior developer that's been studying here at Carolina Code School. And for pretty much the past 12 weeks, I've made a radical change in my career. Before this, I was pretty much only working food service every day of the week in the kitchen or serving food somewhere. And while that was good, this is so much better, and I feel so much more fulfilled as not only a person, but also as a creator, because one of my main goals in life is to create something and share it with other people. And I really feel like the project that I was able to work on is a good display of not only my skills as a designer and creative, but also as a developer. So to get into it, what I built for y'all today is going to be an app called Sweet Spot. So what is Sweet Spot? Well, Sweet Spot is going to be a note-taking app for competitive gamers. And why I chose this is, excuse me, I'm going to take my mask off. That's so much better. So one of my biggest hobbies right now is competitive gaming, specifically fighting games. I love fighting games. I love that competitive drive of really being able to take somebody on and beat their butt. But just like football players need to review their film, so do competitive gamers. And this app is going to allow them, for people like me, for coaches, and for other fighting game players to be able to look at their gameplay, watch it, analyze it, and be able to have a record of their analysis and notes that they make. So to get into it, there's a work cycle that I really focused on here. And that's going to be the actual creation of what I call a note. So a note is going to have that YouTube video that you link, and it's going to have your comments on that video and timestamps. So in order to create something, you need to log in. That's actually going to take you over here, and you're going to be able to create a new note. So I've already grabbed the YouTube link, but we can take any YouTube link from the internet. So like, let's say that, so if you know a little bit about fighting games, you notice that I'm focused mainly on Smash Brothers. It's the game I know the most about. This is designed for really anybody that plays fighting games and is looking for that note-taking experience. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to say, this is our demo day. And this is going to take us over to the actual commenting screen. So we're presented with our YouTube video on the left and our comments on the right. And the workflow is pretty simple. All you need to do is just play your video, sync to a time, and then pause it. And that automatically creates a new timestamp for you. Then you can go over there and attach a comment. Like, let's say, I love Carolina Code School. And then once you hit add comment, that's actually going to be added to the note and saved to it. And let's say you made a typo in your title. Well, you can edit the title, and you can also edit those comments you made. One of the other things that I was also really proud of was, if you've ever been on YouTube and you actually notice the timestamps in the comments or something that people are able to click on and take you to that specific time in the video, I recreated that in JavaScript. So once you click on that, it's going to take you to that actual timestamp in the video. It's like if we navigate somewhere else later in the video, we can go right back to where we were earlier. And once you've added enough comments, like whatever, you add that one, you add a new one here. Once you hit save, you're going to be taken over to the next screen. And this is where the analysis workflow really comes in. And this is the view that's designed for both coaches and players to be able to really look over what analysis did I make and what can I improve on. So if you're the owner of a note, you're able to go in and edit all the information there just like you made it. We can actually edit these comments. And we can also add new ones. And all this is designed to be really fluid. Everything's designed to just kind of, once you get into that workflow, you're making comments, you're making timestamps, you're going back and forth, and you're really just kind of getting an analysis flow. The other thing that you can do from this view is you can actually copy the URL. And what that would do is it'll take you to the view. Excuse me. Sorry, kind of hiccups. That just shows what it looks like if you're not logged in. So I've locked it down to where if you're not logged in as a user, you can't edit any of the information or post it to the server. And all this is designed to also be mobile responsive. So if you're on your iPhone, everything works just like it should. And all these timestamps work correctly. And everything is designed to really facilitate both a mobile and desktop experience. Kind of getting into the back-end side of things, I used YouTube's iframe API, which was a pain in the butt to get working in React, just because React doesn't like iframes for whatever reason. But I used a package called React YouTube. That really assisted the implementation of the YouTube API, as well as Django and Postgres databases. Before we actually started on the project, I had a hard time really wrapping my head around databasing, but through the course of this project, I was really able to get a handle on it, and I even kind of like it now. I actually really enjoy the back end and managing of data. And through all of this, I feel like what I've done today has really shown my abilities as both a designer, because I made all of this design from scratch. There's no bootstrap here. This is all handmade design, including this logo. So I don't know if you can tell, but I actually made the logo for Sweet Spot. And the story behind it is that in Smash Brothers, the game that I love to play, there's these things called hitboxes. And you have either a sweet hitbox or you have a sour hitbox. And those are called the sweet spot and the sour spot. So I wanted to have a sweet spot for you to do the most damage on your analysis. And that's it. That's what I made. And I'm really proud of it. Do you guys have any questions about it?
Have you looked into, or do you know how hard you would need to link in YouTube account with it so it's automatically pulls in the stuff you make? This would be awesome for like people that actually game on YouTube, actually save it, but just have that already loaded in.
So I'm actually going through the process of working through YouTube's 2.0 authentication process right now, but I actually have to go through. For one, I have to draft up my own terms and conditions to actually access private information like your YouTube account and actually go through that authentication process. So I have to meet with a lawyer, which is kind of scary to draft up those terms, but I'm going to do it, and that's something that I'm already in the process of working on. And that would also allow users to be able to upload YouTube videos directly from my account and not have to go to YouTube and bring them out. You can just have that video on your computer or your phone and upload it directly through the app to YouTube and to be able to analyze it. And it would just centralize everything again into this app. And on top of that, I actually already have some. So I've been competing in the state of South Carolina for about a year now. And there's some top players that I've talked to that I've already pitched this app to and gotten them to start pushing it to their friends. And once I have a public release, I'm really going to be working with them to make this into a real working app to be used by competitive gamers like myself.
Nice. Is there a piece of the app that you wish you could have spent more time on or wish you could have improved?
The home screen. So right now, it's kind of filler. This was the last thing I worked on. I really wanted to get that functionality and the backbone of the app working before I work on things that aren't as important. Well, aren't as important as the functionality to an app, because you can't have an app that doesn't work. It wouldn't make sense to just have a home screen. But this is something that I'm going to go back on and really put my design chops into and make it look as good as the rest of the app. But there's a reason I wanted to start on this page. But throughout the process, I really enjoyed the design process and working into what I was doing and how I was creating this app. And I'm really proud of it.
Good stuff.
Do you guys have any other questions about it?